Y'all, we need to talk about hiring. I saw something yesterday on LinkedIn that made me literally type out the words in a comment. Holy crap, what in the clueless, white privileged baby boomer fresh hell is this? If you're wondering who the tiny woman in the corner of this video yelling at you is, my name is Diana Alt, and I am a career and executive coach here to help leaders like you find and grow in work that feels good. A couple things I do in my business are number one, help job seekers look great in the market and land a job that they want. And I help executives understand some of the mistakes they're making as leaders, including nonsense mistakes in hiring. Okay, let's get back into this. So the person in question, who I've deliberately, blocked out his name, is the president and CEO of a consulting firm. He has been a business owner for many, many years, and over 40 years. Like, this guy's squarely in boomer territory. And he has certifications in HR. So a whole lot of the stuff we're going to talk about, man, this dude should know better. He kicks this off saying, interesting thoughts about looking for an intern. I know this isn't fair, but... Y'all, the very first clue that you have a problem in your hiring process is when you say something like, I know this isn't fair, but... The person goes on to say that he reached out to 6 people this morning who had sent emails indicating interest in interning with me. And only one answered the phone. Everyone else went to voicemail, and he didn't leave them voicemail. He goes on to say later in the post that he's going to give the remaining people a call later that day, and if they don't pick up the phone on the second time, he's going to cross them off the list. Now, I don't know about you, but I can think of like 100 reasons why somebody is not answering the phone. He didn't schedule a call, which he revealed in the comments. He was calling from an unknown number, and he basically is forgetting the part that people have lives. The vibe that this person gives is that they're very old school. They want people to clock in at 8, clock out at 5, take exactly 60 minutes, no more, no less, for lunch, and that they better not take any personal phone calls while they're on the job with him. If you want to operate that way, but you're expecting candidates to disrespect their current obligations, you're also a jackass. Every HR expert that landed in the comments took him to task for this, so I'm really glad there aren't people, prevalently saying, oh, we think this is a great way to hire. The next thing he says, though, he goes on to say, I don't conduct normal interviews. They're unconventional, unstructured, and highly informative. Now, on the surface, I don't have an issue with this because I think that conversational interviews that have clear objectives of what a person needs to learn and can flex a little bit based on the background and experience of the person are good. The key point is that you need to walk in knowing the criteria that you're going to hire for and the information that you need to make decisions about those criteria. A lot of HR experts recommend doing structured and consistent questions to make sure that this is fair, but you don't have to do it that way. And it can get really boring and also really problematic to interview in a super duper structured way because it doesn't leave any room for nuance, and I'm all about the nuance. But then he goes on to say, if you've prepared a list of questions to ask or AI prepared responses to standard interview questions, you're going to be taken a bit aback by what I ask. I can understand being thrown a little bit by questions, especially early in your career like most interns are going to be, but the phrase bragging online about being proud that people are going to be taken aback by what you're asking in a job interview is not the flex this dude thinks it is. He says he wants to know who you are as a person. I'm going to assume you're smart. I'm assuming you're interested in a career and what I do. I don't want to hear about that. I want to learn about the person. Well, if you're doing an internship related to IO psychology, which is his area, and you're saying I don't want to hear about that, then again, what the hell are you trying to do? And are you wanting to be sued? I fully appreciate when leaders understand and value the great individual traits of their people, but this is not the way to think about it, and it is not the way to talk about it. The way to think about hiring is to figure out, what do I need? What information do I need to make the decision on whether the person has those criteria and those qualifications, and go from there. This person is starting with vibes, honestly, which is pretty funny because I'm pretty sure that this guy hates it when people talk about things like vibes. Anyway, that is my rant for the day about the nonsense that is this dude's hiring process. I want to know a little bit more about you. What is the worst hiring process that you've encountered?